Welcome back to the channel, everyone. And I know I'm a little late to the party. Fear Street came out in July on Netflix, all three parts, and I finally had a chance to sit down and watch a really fun trilogy on Netflix. I wish I had caught these all, when they first appeared on Netflix. But I waited a few weeks and finally saw all of them. We have Fear Street Part 1, takes place in 1994. We have Fear Street Part 2, which takes place in 1978. I'm kind of partial to that year. And we have, the finale, Fear Street Part 3, which takes place in 1666. And this was really fun. A great supernatural slasher, trilogy of films. I've seen some Netflix films that don't exactly hit the mark for me, but this was fun. Would I say that they're, theater going material, to go out to the, to the cinema to check out? I'm not so sure. But for Netflix, they're done pretty darn well. Of course, we have, some of the cast of Stranger Things, make appearances throughout some of the films. And the kills. Oh my goodness. They are freaking great. The first film, there is a kill that happens later on in the film. I'm not going to spoil it, but it involves almost like a cheese grater machine and something that happens to someone, and it is gory and it is lovely in every possible way. It is. There is just so many great kills. I'm getting all excited about it. Basically, the premise for this entire, trilogy of films is you have these two warring towns, basically. You have, the good side of town and you have the bad side of town. On the bad side of town, it seems to be cursed. This witch by the name of Sarah Fear has, back in 1666, cursed, this town, basically. Because she was hung and she was killed, by the townspeople of that, of that time, of being accused of being a witch. And that is the premise of this film. Like I said, you have this one town that is just, they're the higher ups, the higher class, and you have the lower class, which is, where this curse is basically happening. And all these killers throughout the years, all these different killers have things have happened with all these different serial killers. One girl by the name of Ruby, she killed people with a switchblade. You had this other gentleman by the name of Tommy. He, killed everybody with an axe, and it's one of the best killers I've seen, recently in any kind of slasher film. And again, you have this one character who's basically not like Ghostface from Scream, but he basically has a skeleton costume. But again, you find out right at the beginning, you see that something happened, but then these characters come back. These killers keep coming back. As I said, there's a supernatural, thing that's going on. The witch will not let these spirits rest of these serial killers. Keep bringing them back, going after, our main cast of characters throughout these entire films. It was well done. I don't want to spoil it for anybody who has not, check this out yet, because it's done well. 94 is where the basic, where the film takes place. That is the main year of the film. Part 2, like I said, it backtracks to 1978 because you're going to meet a character towards the end of 94, which is going to play into, talking about something that happened earlier on. Because there's a character who was able to survive and get away from the witch. So you're going to meet that character and find out exactly, what happened to her back in 1978. And then our main character, our main actress in the film, she eventually, she gets a premonition, basically, or, she kind of revisits and goes back in time and sees exactly what happened to the witch during part 3. Sees what happened to Sarah Fear back in 1666. Because there are some twists in this series of films. But again, I don't want to spoil too many things that happen. I want people to go check this out. If you haven't caught this yet, It's great. It's some of the best stuff that I've seen Netflix put out recently, and it's definitely worth checking out. I tried to, within a span of like, let's say about a good week and a half, I was able to watch all three of these because they're not short. They're about an hour and 45 minutes each. So they're good feature length films. And the fact that Netflix put these out one week after another in July, I'm wondering why they didn't save this for October. I think this would have been really, really good for the Halloween season. I had a lot of fun with it. I really honestly hope that Netflix does put these out on physical disc. With it being Netflix, I'm not going to hold my breath on it, but they would look great, and I would love to add these to the collection because they were a lot of fun. I would say out of the three, I would say that the third film, 1666, is definitely the weaker of the films. The other two films, I would give them a good 7.5. 1666, I'd give probably a good 7. It's definitely the weaker, of the three. But it does pick up towards the end of the film. Because the film, like I said, it does start in the present time, backtracks to 1666, and then switches back to 1994 later on towards the end of the film. But it's just a lot of fun. If you have Netflix, definitely check out Fear Street. I don't think you're going to be disappointed. It's fun. That's all I can say. It is fun, and it's gory, and it's something I did not expect. I knew, based on R.L. Stine's, Fear Street books, and I was not expecting what I was able to see on my screen when I was watching it. I was blown away. I really enjoyed it quite a bit. So, like, subscribe, and comment if you get the chance, and I'll catch you in another episode. Take care.